Give me a pound. We are winning, everybody. We're winning the war, the crypto war. I really think it's true. The pound also, just in case, I have to leave. And I've been watching just for updates on this SEC Grayscale case to see if SEC appeals or not. I've been just waiting and watching because I have to leave for the night. I'm not going to be able to cover any breaking news. So that pound maybe could be a celebratory pound in case something really good happens. And in which case I'll change the title of the video. But right now, this is kind of an update of where we are. And it's kind of late Friday afternoon here with SEC appeal window closing. And it's hours away now. Grayscale operationally ready to convert GBTC, says exec. So I want to talk about in this video what is going to happen here. There's a lot of different scenarios. But first things first, let's track what's happening. Bloomberg analysts raise spot Bitcoin ETF approval odds to 90% by January 10th. We go to the Bitcoin chart, just zoomed out very nicely on the monthly. We've survived a bear market. There's the bear market. We're going into this next halving. We have all of this happening. They're saying January 10th, and there's no guarantees, but all of that happening. January 10th is like right in here, leading even closer to halving. And then we have the halving. Then we have this next speculative bull cycle. Everything coming together, I think, very nicely. And I want to note that. In the short term, I know there's downside in play, but this is why I'm so ultra bullish right now. So here's what we have going on. The SEC has until midnight tonight to appeal the Grayscale decision. If they don't, then in 7 days from now, the case will be closed and Grayscale can start working with SEC staff to get the process of approval rolling. Note, Grayscale would work with the two SEC departments on this, Corporation Finance and Trading and Markets. So this is me right now. I just tweeted this a little bit ago or posted this, just opening X to make sure SEC didn't appeal. I keep refreshing this app to see what's going on with this news. So let's read about how this is going to play out. October 13th, the end of the 45-day window for the SEC to appeal a court decision that handed a big victory to crypto investor Grayscale Investments. And I would say crypto investors as well. Grayscale sued the SEC, as many of you know, over the regulator's denial of an application to convert the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust to an ETF. In an opinion released August 29th, a 3-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit sided with Grayscale. The SEC failed to adequately explain why it had approved the listings of the futures ETF products, but not Grayscale's proposed ETP, and basically called the denial of Grayscale's proposal arbitrary and capricious. So here's where SEC, Gary Gensler, they can start stalling, right? And this is probably the biggest concern today. I think a lot of people are waiting to see if they're going to appeal. And it's kind of like, I think they would be crazy to appeal because the cards are really stacked against them here. But it wouldn't surprise me because the one thing that they're good at is stalling. So Laval emphasized, however, that whatever the SEC decides, Grayscale remains operationally ready to convert the trust known by the symbol GBTC to a spot Bitcoin ETF. The most important thing to recognize is that the market wants this. We want this. We're operationally ready for it. The SEC could seek an en banc review, and en banc is for French, as far as I know. That means on the bench, asking for the entirety of the court to review the decision. There's the stalling right there that we might need to anticipate in this scenario, because it is nice to think, man, this is all going to work out. They're not going to reply, right? They're not going to appeal. 7 days, all of a sudden we have this ETF. It's nice to think that way, but really, is that what's going to happen? Is this how this is going to play out? Given that we had the chief judge on our panel, given that we had a very balanced panel of judges, and given that it was unanimous, it seems like it would be a difficult appeal for the SEC to win. And I pretty much agree with that. But again, are they really even trying to win, or are they just trying to stall? That's the question. So this was asked over here. I believe that's one of the Bloomberg analysts. That's one of the Bloomberg analysts. Today is the deadline for the SEC to apply for an en banc hearing, basically for an appeal of sorts in the Grayscale GBTC case. I think it's crazy if they do it, but I voted yes. I feel like they're going to do it just to stall, just to waste everybody's time. So other things going on right now is this. This is just coming out on X. I just saw this being released. Invesco Galaxy has now updated their spot Bitcoin ETF S1, following ARK and responding to SEC comments, expecting the rest to add their updates soon as well. And then many of you might have seen yesterday, Oversight Committee Chairman threatened subpoena power over Gary Gensler and the SEC in the latest letter. Comer cites Section 24G of the SEC Act, which says nothing authorizes the commission to withhold information from Congress. I brought up those 2 points just because I don't know if you agree with me here. Let me know in the comments below, but everybody, there's just momentum building. And from every angle, it looks like it's momentum against the SEC in favor of crypto. And I say that optimistically. I'm obviously bullish on crypto. I'm in the space. I'm trying to build here and I'm trying to navigate here. And as many of you out there would just love the regulatory clarity and just a more defined path forward. Putting all that aside, what we want, right, as crypto holders, it's just the way the headlines are breaking, the way that we see these things playing out. It really looks like SEC is kind of in this uphill battle. And I say time and time again, maybe some of you are sick of me saying it, but I just think it's because they're not on the right side of the law. Everything they're doing is it's very political, right? It's very power centric. It has nothing to do with really law and the application of law. And this is what we keep seeing play out in the courts. It's what we see happening with the oversight committee, like truly just calling SEC out now. So right now, this is my state of mind. I'm opening up these apps. I'm trying to just see what's going on. I wanted to kind of bring the breaking news, whatever happens. And maybe at the event, we're going to be out later. Maybe I'll do a quick video if something crazy happens. But this is where we are right now. This is where my head's at, just watching this thing play out. And it really is. It's like this big game that we're watching play out in the crypto space with the SEC. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Let me know, everybody, what you think is going to happen in the comments below. I will say one thing. As we look at the Bitcoin charts, as we look at the cycles of crypto, how everything is playing out right now, how it's all shaking out right now, even if there's short-term, mid-term downside for a higher low on Bitcoin charts, I say this a lot, I'm very bullish on the space. It's very simple. It's not hopium. It's not... I have a balanced risk in terms of my approach. I realize it could all fall. It could all go to zero. I realize the risk involved, but I'm just very, very bullish on this space. And I'm very bullish on the prospects of these cycles repeating. Let me know if you agree in the comments. And if you disagree, let me know. And I appreciate all of you. Hit the subscribe, turn the notifications on, get alerted, especially maybe we do a video later, some big news breaking. And I appreciate all of your support. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.